Alright, I'm back with part 8 of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and it's time for the Defense Against the Dark Arts class. Well, as soon as I get there, of course. It's on the 3rd floor. Now I remember it was next to Dumbledore's office. For whatever reason. Alright, we didn't even have to stop and wait for very many stairs. Just cut down this thing and check out over here. It's a locked chest. I think if I go down there I can't get back up, but there looks to be a chest down here, so it's worth it. And I got a free card out of this random detour I took. And yeah, you definitely can't go back up there. So you have to cut this one down, and then you're on the 2nd floor and have to go back up from there.
Come on, Harry.
And then somebody has to go and replace those things you tore down. But I don't have to care about that. The door seems like it would be kind of painful to open with all those spikes on it.
Can everyone see me? Can you all hear me? Excellent! This term I shall be teaching dueling. Let me introduce you to my assistant, Professor Snape. Now, Harry Potter, if you'd like to come forward, the Expelliarmus spell challenge is through here. What do you have to
Alright,
do
I guess I just
is
have
find the
to go forward and
Expelliarmus
find that spell book.
somewhere beyond the portrait. Once you have the spell book in your possession,
Of course, I'm the only one that has to do this.
will be yours to use as
Right at the start of the class, like basically as soon as you walk in, part of the introduction is now Harry Potter, go do this. Meanwhile, the rest of these students will just be sitting here waiting for you to come back. Maybe while he forces Harry Potter to go off on some ridiculous quest, he's actually teaching the rest of the students how to use the spell in a responsible way. But Harry Potter doesn't get to learn like a normal student. Alright, I guess I gotta push these switches. Or at least this one. And I don't even know what these things are, but I have to defeat them. Seem to be just orbs that are designed to turn into spike balls and attack. Not very dangerously either. I mean, I did get hit by that one, but they're pretty easy to avoid overall. And they don't do that much damage when they do hit you. Okay, I guess there wasn't a switch on this place over here. I just must have assumed there was. But I'm gonna go this way first, because it looks optional. And optional paths always have the best rewards. Except this one. This one just has a Wiggenweld vial of... Yeah, just a cauldron full of Wiggenweld, that's what I mean to say. And I don't even need that because I'm pretty sure I still have the full potion. And I'm not really injured either, so... Well, I guess I've lost like a quarter of my health so far. I can't even talk today, but... I don't know why that is. I usually don't have problems, but... Seem to be stuttering and struggling with words in all of my videos today. Or more accurately, I should say both of them. I don't really like make 100 videos in one day. Not anymore. These imps, I guess I'll just throw them into the fire and kill them. There aren't really many cages to put them in this time. But really the important thing is to actually hit those switches and knock these things over, which the imps make harder by existing. Also by throwing stuff at you. Yeah, to save time, I'm just not gonna bother killing all of them. I usually do, but it would be pretty boring to watch overall. This one you need to keep, or you need to keep at least one of them to put in that cage. Because you can't close the cage thing on the top without putting an imp in there first. That one drops way down there. So I just gotta go way back this way and find an imp. And there are plenty of them. The hard thing is picking one up while they're all attacking you. Even that's not hard, it's just the harder thing here. Alright, from there I can jump down and I put the imp over here. So I'll just take him and throw him in the cage, which was over here somewhere. I think. Yeah, there it is. Now I can get to this switch, which will take me up here to the other switch. You know, the teachers really design all these puzzles just for Harry Potter to do while they're teaching their class. Just seems kind of odd. Not to mention dangerous, but I mean, so far it hasn't been dangerous. I'm more talking about the stuff like this, that this and from this point onward seems overly dangerous to be putting a student through in the middle of a class. I never actually used to know how to get through this without getting hit, but turns out you look back this way and you can cut these ropes, which releases imps, but it also slows these things down so they're possible to dodge. And there's that done. And like I said, from that point on, it gets more dangerous. Now these are just more imps, that's pretty standard, but this thing spits fire at you. And that seems a little bit much. I mean, even if you're not hit by the fire, it would be extremely hot to be that close to it. And I just got hit by the fire and Harry's head was on fire for a bit there. And again, but I'm just being too careless at this point. You go left here, you can open this treasure chest, and I guess it's just a chocolate frog, so you don't really need to take that detour. Unless you were being as careless as I was, but what are the odds of that? Cutting this one breaks that, and now in that first room we were in, that door is open. Well, not just open, it's revealed too. Okay, I think I might have went the wrong way here. Yeah, you can drop down from there. That's how you get back to this room. through this door is... I guess it doesn't really show you in the cutscene, but over here is the Expelliarmus spellbook. And there's a gargoyle in the background there, but I guess that's not going to be important. I mean, it's not like it's going to come to life and attack us or anything. Ah crap, I spoke too soon. But really, this is the first of many gargoyle statue mini-bosses in this game. And they're all pretty much the exact same thing, you just deflect their attacks back at them. That's it. Gets extremely dull after a little while. Actually, even taking one on is pretty boring, but later there are like 3 in a row you have to take on. But I don't think they have as much HP as this one does. Basically, you just have to time your Expelliarmus correctly. It's pretty much like playing tennis or something. It's basically what dueling is in this game. It's essentially just a game of tennis every time. Okay, yeah, it gets a little bit harder when he starts deflecting them back at you. And when he starts shooting more than one at a time. Luckily, he doesn't do that too much, apparently. And like I just showed there, your Flipendo has no effect on him. You just have to deflect his own attacks back every time. One more hit should do it. And there he goes. Just explodes. I didn't know you could get... Well, you're not really hurt by that, but you get knocked back by those parts, I guess. Didn't even know that until I tried running into them right there. And once you go back into this room, all of those like 5 doors that slammed to lock you in this room are now opening. And you can go back through this crawl space to the class where all of your classmates and teachers are waiting.
Well done, Potter. 40
Beginning to think I should talk through all of the loading screens just to save myself the trouble of cutting them out. It's like the most annoying part of making these videos is cutting out the loading screens, but anyway, we got 40 house points, and now we duel Malfoy, who shouldn't know that spell because he didn't just go through the ridiculous puzzle maze and get the book, but somehow he knows Expelliarmus anyway.
When I count to 3.
Scared, Potter? You wish.
1, 2, 3.
And then several seconds after he says 3, they get into position. Alright, the trick to dueling really, I think, is to equip Defendo and actually attack them with that before they're about to get hit by something. Yeah, I gotta time it right though. Okay, really, you should probably have a combination of Expelliarmus and Defendo, not just one or the other. There we go, this should work. Of course, I got hit while I was thinking about this strategy. Probably wouldn't have if I was just doing it the way I was, but it's ways easier in the long run. Yep, just hit him with the Findo right before he can do anything.
Serpent Sortia!
And then when he loses the duel, he summons a snake, which he has no control over and just wanders way away from the person he was actually dueling. Seems kinda useless to summon a snake like that if you have literally no control over it.
You're parcel mouth, Harry. Why didn't you tell us?
I'm a what? A parcel mouse? You can talk to snakes! So? Does it matter?
It matters, Harry, because being able to talk to snakes was what Salazar Slytherin was famous for. That's why the symbol of Slytherin House is a serpent.
Now the whole school's going to think you're his great-great-great-great-grandson or something. But I'm not.
You'll find that hard to prove. He lived about 1,000 years ago. For all we know, you could be.
Anyway, we've got Quidditch practice next at the Quidditch Stadium. I'll meet you in the entrance hall, Harry.
Quidditch practice at the Quidditch Stadium, I suppose that makes sense. That's where we're headed off to next. It's off to run all the way there. Only pausing when the stairs aren't there. You really should design these stairs to just stay in place. It would make a lot more sense.
And of course, Salazar Slytherin was a parcel mouth.
I'd watch your back if I... You wouldn't want to get caught in some duel.
I wouldn't let it slip to Potter that you were born non-magical.
And now everybody in the
Well, you might
school
end
is
up like
talking
the
about
Griffin.
Harry
Let's
Potter,
go
but
outside, Harry.
whatever, they don't matter. Most of them don't even have names. Alright, he's sprinting off in that direction.
Do you collect famous witches and wizards cards? I'll give you card number 78, Orsino Thruston, for number 98, Dimphna Firmage.
I don't have that card.
And yeah, that's one of the things you can do in this game is swap trading cards with people when they have them. Or when you have the card they're looking for. And the Quidditch Stadium, I'm pretty sure, is off in this direction. Yeah, it's right over there. I guess I'll run over there for now. But I'd say the length of this video is probably pretty good as is, so I'll probably just end the video before doing the Quidditch practice and save that for the next part. Just as soon as I get over to the Quidditch Stadium, I can end this part. Almost there. Just a few more seconds. Alright there, close enough. That's the end of part 8. I'll see you in part